Hey, what's up guys? Sloth King here. Today I'm working on the Supra, and can you guess what I'm doing? Yep, doing it again. So as you saw in my last video, that the oil pressure was getting pretty low and it wasn't where it should be. So I decided to just look around to see if there's another pump available, and only one site actually sells it and recommends it. I forgot what they're called, but they said it's close to OEM. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at it and see how it compares. But I'm not gonna film this whole process of taking down the subframe and all that. I already did that in another video, in the first video actually. So while I'm down there, I'm going to double check the bearings while I have the pan off again, and we're gonna see if there's any more wear. So yeah, before I start digging into it, I'm going to just open up this package and let's check out the pump to see what it looks like. So let's get right into this. All right, so this is an SKP pump, or is it a SKP pump? Anyway, Skyward Automotive Products. That's literally what SKP stands for. I tried looking that up before. All right, so inside the box, oh, this is a little bit different. I've not seen a pump come like this. All right, let's see what it looks like. It looks similar to the D&J pump. Same type of gear as well. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to take off this gear and then put the OEM gear on here. And we're going to see if the OEM gear holds up better than this gear, because this looks just like the D&J gear. But yeah, this looks pretty similar. I'm gonna have to swap out this this pickup tube as well. And yep, I think I have my D&J pump around here somewhere. I guess I can look for it later. But all right, this kind of looks like what I expected it to look like. Hopefully this pump will last. I really hope so. I don't feel like replacing another dang pump. All right, so now we know what the pump looks like. It looks very similar to the D&J one. I hope it holds up, but we're gonna have to see. If I can't get my oil pressures normal, then I might switch to a different platform or whatever. Without further ado, I'm gonna start digging in on this. I'm not gonna film everything. I'll just update you guys whatever I have, like whatever I've done, and we'll just go from there. And I think while I'm at it, I do have an extra oil sample kit here. So whenever I drain the oil out, I think I might just collect a sample of it just to see if there's any extra wear metals in there when I send it off. Might take a month to get it back, but whatever. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna start chipping at this, and I'll update you as I go along. Hopefully this turns out good. All right, guys, I got an update. 3.5 hours later. So the subframe is all dropped. Well, my light died, but if I walk over here, you guys can see that I got it dropped. Now I'm doing it a little bit differently this time. I'm going to slide the whole subframe out. That way I can have complete access to the block. That way I can check all the rod bearings. I can get through and scrape off all the gasket material without having the subframe in the way. I can take the oil pan off easier. I can put it back on easier. It did take a bit longer to do, but I think this way it will be a lot easier to actually just get down there and check everything out. So I plan on taking off my shocks because they are a bit too tall to just slide underneath. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Just take both off, slide it out, and then I'll be able to take off the pan a hell of a lot easier than what I normally would be able to. I can actually fit a hammer under there and just take the whole thing off. So yeah, just disconnecting the rack completely, it just makes sense. But anyway, I figured I'd give you guys an update. How smoothly it went, how not smoothly it went is okay. But yeah, I'm gonna keep going at it tomorrow. I'll update you guys whenever I have the pan off, and we can go ahead and check out the bottom end a little bit closer. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, it is the next day. I'm doing a quick update for you guys. I took off the shocks. I got the subframe completely out. As you can see, this is where I disconnected the rack from. I disconnected the hard line from the power steering pump, and then I disconnected the return line that comes down, that goes next to the hard line. So that's how I got this this whole unit out in one. Right now, I'm letting the oil drain, and then I have to take off my transmission support mounts, and then I'll be able to take off my pan. So as you can see, especially comparing to the previous video that I did on repairing the pump, this was like last year or whatever, and I have way more access to the pan. So if you guys are able to do this, I highly recommend it. You'll be able to fit your tool up here to separate the pan from the block. That way you can scrape off the gasket without having the subframe completely in the way. So I think this is gonna go way smoother. Now it is gonna be kind of a pain to put it back up, but it was already a pain to put the subframe back up anyway. But this is this gives me a lot more room. So I'm gonna go ahead and tackle taking off the transmission mounts right here for the block, and then I'll be taking off the pan, and then we're gonna check out the bottom end. So I'll see you guys on the next update. All right, guys, here is an update. I'm excited after working for an hour and a half. The pan is off. Whoop, 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 whoop. It was actually nice having a lot more room to move down there with the subframe out. I didn't really have to cringe my neck too much. And yeah, so the pan is off. I'm about to take off the oil pump, and then we can pop off a couple rod bearings and see if there's any scoring in it. So I'll be back whenever I have the pump out. All right, guys, so I got the pump out, and we're gonna go ahead and swap over some stuff to the new pump right here. And so what I'm going to work on first is just taking off the pickup tube. We're going to take out the spring, put the new spring over there, swap over our crossover pipe, and then the last thing I want to do is take off our gear and then put it on the new one. So let's get to swapping some stuff over. There we go. Ah, this one's always such a pain to remove. So it needs to be up like that. There we go. All right, now that's tightened. Just need to go ahead and take off this gear, and swap them. Gear 1 off. Wow, that one was way easier to take off. There we go. I just need to put this on, throw some lube in here, and then we can go ahead and install it. All right, guys, I'm finally back from the store. I picked up some plastic gauge. So let's pop off a couple of those connecting rod bearings, and let's see if everything's still within spec. All right, with how the engine is in position, we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 down right now, so we can go ahead and check those. Now what I did, I checked it, checked the play. I forget what the play is supposed to be side to side, but I tried pushing up and down and nothing is loose on either one of them. There's just a little bit of rocking motion left and right. I forgot what that is supposed to be, but that is okay. Let's go ahead and check number 3. All right, here we go. This is off, finally. Oh, that does not look good. All right, guys, so as you can see, there's definitely some wear in there. That's not good. All right, let me get a piece of the plastic gauge set up, and then we'll see what it looks like. All right, guys, I got the plastic gauge in place. Yeah, you see the bearing? That does not look good. Now we gotta evenly apply pressure on here. So that's a little bit tight. I'm gonna get this side like pretty much hand tight. Then we're gonna go in increments from, in my case, 25, 35, and then 50. All right. Now let me go ahead and take it off again, and let's check what the plastic gauge shows. All right, guys. So this is what the plastic gauge spread out to. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up. iPad won't unlock. You need to see my face. All right. So this is the rod bearing in number 3. Rod bearing number 3. And the clearance reads about 0.076 millimeters. And that is very out of spec. Because the maximum clearance is supposed to be 0.07. And the standard clearance is supposed to be anywhere between 0.021 to 0.053 millimeters. So this is heavily worn on just like 3,000 miles, if that. So this is what number 3 looks like. I'm going to go through all of them. I assume that they're going to be like this, but I will write everything down. I'll take pictures, and I'll show you what they all look like at the end, but it seems like I'm going to have to replace these, and I assume that the main bearings are also bad. So I have to do one of two things: pull the engine, replace all the bearings, or replace all of them while the engine is still in there. So I need to think about what I'm gonna do. All right, guys, here's bearing number 4, and it is pretty much the same reading here. Might be a hair bigger. All right, here's cylinder number 1, or rod bearing number 1. It still reads about the same. This one's actually a little bit bigger. Here's number 6, and I just measured it, and it's the same. All right, here is cylinder number 2. I mean, rod bearing number 2. I don't know why I keep saying cylinder. All right, this is bearing number 5. It reads the same as every other one of them. All right, guys, so you saw the state of all the bearings. Well, that probably explains my lower oil pressure. Now I gotta decide, I'm probably gonna pop off one of the main caps tomorrow, check out the bearings, just see what's up. But I'm gonna have to order some new bearings, throw them in at some point, and I gotta decide if I should throw the new oil pump in or not, or just stick with the stock one, since it might not have bad oil pressure. It could just bend those bearings. But anyways, guys, if you like this video, awesome, sweet. If you want to support the channel, you can go ahead and buy some merch. You can buy one of these hats, one of these t-shirts. I have 2 of them. The link to my shop is in the description below. So I gotta decide if I should pull the engine or if I should attempt to replace the bearings while the engine is still in the car. Yeah, let me know what you think below. And thanks for watching, guys. And like always, I'll catch you guys on the next ride.